and welcome to Mayhem with your host, MayMay.
Good morning. I am trying something new today. I normally get up before the sun comes up and I journal, and then I always try to save some time to do something creative in the mornings. And I figured this morning, since it's quiet in the house, I would try to do my podcast and see how that goes. So, good morning. And I just wanted to talk today a little bit about perspective. Perspective is something that I have been struggling with for years, because in today's day and age, with Facebook and all of the media that we take in, we forget to spend time in positivity. Everything that's in the media, everything that's on Facebook is always so negative. And it's so hard to weed through all of the negativity to find little glimmers of positivity. I know that a lot of people share quotes or, these sayings and things like that are positive. But how often do you sit there and take what is said and what is quoted on Facebook to heart? So, changing your perspective is a lot more than changing what media you partake of. Even if you don't change the media that you partake of, changing your perspective means waking up in the morning and instead of being like, okay, I'm tired, getting up and being like, okay, I'm ready. Tired and exhaustion are two different things, and sleep lingers in your body, and just being able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, let's do this, I'm ready, let's go. It's all about how you look at things. Silver lining is not just a term, it's a way of life. Opportunities come out of repression, gifts come out of grief, and if you continue to look at everything that you've lost, you're going to not see the things that you've gained. Using being tired as an excuse to be lazy is just an example of the kind of perspective change that I am looking to put in my own personal life. Instead of sitting on the couch and letting the TV numb me, I want to be able to sit at the counter and work on something and work through something. Maybe play a game with the kids, or maybe do a project, or maybe just talk to Tisa. If I use tired as an excuse to not live my life, I think that there's a problem there, and I do it too often. Exhaustion will let you know that it's time to sleep. Exhaustion is there. It's a real thing. And by Friday, I am always exhausted. But the other big problem that I have is negative self-talk. Now, I'm all about self-deprecating humor. I get it, as long as it stays there with a joke. If you start bringing your negative self-talk to the mirror when you're alone, if you look at yourself and always see the blemish or the thing that annoys you the most about how you look, instead of seeing the blue of your eyes, or the fact that you have endurance, or the fact that you feel healthy and that you can move your body. Those are all things that you need to focus on, instead of focusing on maybe you have a belly that you need to work off. That's okay. Your belly's part of you. Or maybe your skin isn't as clean as you want it to, but you don't know how, and you don't want to enter the whole makeup world. That's okay. You need to love your skin for what it is. And if you don't like it, work to get it better and love the process. Love being able to get up in the morning and wash your face and enjoy the heat of the warm water that you rinse your face off with. I don't know. These are just little things that I think I am trying to put into practice in my life to help me battle the negativity that is so oppressive, that is everything that I know. And I don't want to focus on negativity anymore. I want to focus on positivity, and I want to show my kids that there's more than that. I want people to understand that I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of life that you've had and what kind of circumstances that you found yourself in. That you are beautiful and that you are worth it and that you are enough just as you are. And until you can accept that you are enough and that you can change these things about yourself, until you stop expecting other people to change your life for you and you start changing your life from within, you're never going to reach your potential. Because the only way that you're going to change, the only way that you're going to reach your full potential is if you understand that everything begins with you. And if you make those small things, those small changes in mindset, those small ideas, if you set those towards your intentions every single day and you consistently work towards that, you will reach your potential. It doesn't matter who you are. And until you understand that, you're not going to get there. So that's what I'm trying to understand and trying to reinforce every day when I work, when I get up before the sun and sit at my desk and work through my journal. That's what I'm working towards. I'm trying to excuse me. I'm trying to figure out who I am and how I can change my personality and my expectations of myself in order to be and reach my full potential. So the book this week is about anger, and it's about destruction, and it's about letting all of those things take over your world. And it's also a book about a Godzilla monster. So the book is called Project Nemesis. It's by a man named Jeremy Robinson, who I've talked about, who's one of my favorites. It's a really fun read. It's about a kaiju. Now, kaiju is a Japanese term for giant monster. Godzilla is a kaiju. Mothra is a kaiju. Loch Ness Monster is a kaiju, maybe? Anyway, it's about a kaiju who comes out and starts destroying the world, and then the guy who's in charge, his name is Judd, he discovers that actually the they've worked the kaiju's personality around this little girl. And this little girl has been through some of the worst experiences a human can go through. And she has let her anger and her thirst for revenge take over, and that's why this kaiju is what it is. It's a really interesting book if you take it out of context and if you look at it as in terms of revenge and anger and how to control that. And over the course of the book, Judd tries to help this little girl. And by helping the little girl, he's also taming the beast. And it's something that I call a popcorn read because it's really fun to read and it's interesting. And but when you take it and you look at the moral behind it, I think it's a lot more than just a popcorn read. I think it's an important idea that we need to tame the beasts that are inside us and reconfigure our self-talk in order to get through all that negativity, because this is what the world is about. The world is negative. It is what it is. And if you take Sylvia Browne's idea that that's why we come to Earth, to experience the negativity, then it can help you reach the positive at the other side a little bit easier, I think. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say today. My mantra this week is to help me change my perspective and reorganize my unhealthy tendencies by practicing positive self-talk by giving myself emotional space from anger, and by being able to look in the mirror and looking at what about me is beautiful and what about me I want other people to see, rather than focusing on all the things that I don't like. So that's it, and thank you for listening, and I really appreciate you, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.